today I am going to teach you the remaining part of public sector enterprises. Yesterday we have discussed about public sector enterprises, its functions and the types, the departmental, then the government companies and the one more we have discussed all those. Now we are going to discuss what is departmental undertakings. I have told you yesterday also. Now we are going to see what are their features. See, departmental undertakings I told you yesterday also, they are like departments which are managed by the central or the state government or by the ministers. Okay, like railway, then post office, etc. Now see, the first feature of departmental undertakings, that is, it is established by a ministers of the central or state government. Means that particular department is managed or the working is managed by a minister of state or central government. Next, it is a part of government, established and has no separate entity distinct from the government. Means it is a part of government, like departmental undertakings. Example we can say railways. Railways is the part of government and they don't have like any distinct identity like any other company have. Third, it is financed by annual appropriation from the government budgets, particularly on its earnings are paid into the treasury. Now see, it is financed by, like in every year we have seen when the budget session comes, we have seen there are different departments. They are showing their budgets, like railway department, they have their own budget. Then the telecom in department, they have their own budget. The agriculture department, they have their own budget. So the budget is provided by the government and it is managed, it is worked by the particular ministers or particular department of ministers, and it is annually, it is worked annually, and whatever earnings are there, that also include in that budget only. Next, fourth, it is subject to the same budget. Fourth is, it is subject to the same budget, accounting and audit control as are applicable to other government departments. Means they are same budget, accounting and audit control are applicable for the other government department. Means their working also seen by the ministers, and their budget, their accounting, their all the things, like see, as I told you, they are the same budgeting and auditing control as the applicable to the other government departments. Means as the other government departments work, as the other department accounting and audit happens, same in that way departmental undertakings, auditing and budgeting done. Okay, next you see fifth one, it is under the direct control of departmental head. Means it is directly controlled by whom? By the departmental head, who is accountable to the concerned minister. Means the concerned minister, like railway, is handled by railway minister, so that the head of this railway will be accountable to the railway minister. Clear? Means all the working, all things he have to directly, it will be in the knowledge of the railway minister. Next, that is public corporation. Now see, public corporation, I have told you yesterday also, in the previous video also, that it is a government company, but the working is done by the civil servants. Okay, now see, it works with the government, it cooperates with the government. First, the feature. The first feature is formation. The first feature is formation. Now see, it is established under a special status which defines its object, power and function. The status also defines the relationship of cooperation with the government. Means they have their own power, own control, but they have a healthy relationship with the government. Next, separate legal entity. I told you before also, in departmental undertakings that they don't have any separate legal entity, but they are having a separate name. For example, LIC of India. It is a government company. It is a public corporation. Example of public corporation. But it has a different name and different identity. Means they have their own legal entity. Now see, it has a special existency dependent of the government. It can own property, make contracts and file suits in its own name. Means they can earn, they can take property, they can do whatever work they want to do by their own name. Okay, next, ownership. Ownership. The corporation is wholly owned by the government. It is owned by the government. Wholly means full. It is owned by the government. Its entire equity share capital is contributed by the state. Means whatever money is invested, it is contributed by the state or central government. Central or state government. Next, management. Its management is vast. In a board of directors appointed or nominated by the government. Means the management, the management is appointed by the government. Who is appointed? Board of directors. Board of directors appointed by the government to see the works, to see the working. Next is service motive. Their main motive is not to earn profit but to provide service to the general public. To provide service like employment opportunity and other profits, and whatever profit they earn, that also mostly they used to pay in the service motive only. So see what is written here. The main objective of corporation is, see, service motive, the main objective of corporation is to serve the public. However, expected self-support means some profit they keep for their self-working, but the remaining profit they distribute among the public. Means it is mainly work for the service motive. Again, you see the features: formation, legal separate entity, ownership, management, and service motive. Next is government companies. As I told you before also, that government companies 51% of the share, 51% of the share is held by the government, and the remaining 49% by the shareholders. Okay, now see first feature. First feature is incorporation. Incorporation means this government company is incorporated by Companies Act 1956. Means these companies should be registered under the Companies Act 1956. Then only they will be legally counted as a company. Otherwise there will be no. Because they have to register themselves under the Companies Act 1956. Next, separate legal entity means they also have a separate name. They can buy their own asset. They can have their own name. So it will be not there that the government name is used. They have their own legal identity. So they can purchase their assets, whatever they want. And in case whatever the losses will be there, that also beared according to the percentage. Next, ownership. Though it is owned by 51%, it is owned by the government, but there is not much that interference of government. They work jointly. They have a relationship with their shareholders. They work jointly. Next, management. It is managed by the board of directors nominated by the government and the shareholders. Means again here management is done by the board of directors who are appointed by the government and by the shareholders. Clear? Means the working is managed by the board of directors which are appointed by the government and by the share of directors. Next, own staff. Own staff means it is not there the person, those who are working here, they are government servants. No, they are free. Means that the shareholders can appoint, the board of directors can appoint, so they can be freely appoint their staff. See, now we will see the comparison between departmental undertakings, government companies and public corporation. Now see, first is formation. Formation, as I told you before also, departmental undertakings by a minister without private participation. Means the formation of departmental undertakings are done by the ministers without any private participation. Government companies by ministers with or without private participation, but under the Companies Act. Why? Because 51% share is held by government and remaining 49% share is held by the shareholders. So the by a ministry with a private participation, but it should be under Companies Act. Next, public corporation by a special act of parliament without participation, means private participation. The public corporations like Damodar Valley project, that project is a special act done by the parliament and there is no private participation in the formation of that particular project. Now see, next, separate legal entity or legal status. They don't have any legal status because they are known by the government only. But the government companies, they have a separate legal entity. Same like the public corporation, they also have a separate legal entity. As I told you before also, separate legal entity means they have their own name on which they can purchase their assets and whatever things, all the workings are done according to their name. Means whatever the company name is there, it will be used everywhere. But in case of departmental, it don't have any legal separate identity. Whatever they will purchase, whatever assets they will purchase, it will go under the government. But whenever they will be having any loss, any profit or whatever, their things, their assets will be it comes under their own name. Third point is management and control. See, departmental undertakings, the government officials from the ministry concerned, means it is managed and controlled by the government officials which came from the ministry concerned. Government companies board of directors may include private individuals. As I told you, 51% one matter and 49% one matter. So the board of directors included both government as well as private individuals. Public corporation, nominated board of directors is nominated by the parliament control. Ownership, it is wholly owned by the government, means the owner of departmental undertakings are the government. But in government company, 51% share is owned by the government and 49% of share is owned by the private sectors or the shareholders. The public corporation, again it is wholly owned by the government. Next, staffing system. Government service means under departmental undertaking, those who are working, they all are government servants. And in government company, not government servant. They are according to the contract basis. And in public corporation, again, they are also not the government servants. I hope you have understood it.